Claire Friedman, everyone. Woo! We're going to keep this show rolling. You guys ready for your next comic? Yeah. All right, he performs all over the city. He's a very funny man, Mr. Sam Pepper.
Thanks for clapping, guys. You don't really have to do that. I know you're supposed to clap for people with disabilities. I know you can't tell I have a disability. I'm colorblind. I have trouble with the colors red and green. So Christmas is really hard, but I'm Jewish, so it doesn't matter at all. The worst part about being colorblind is telling people you're colorblind, because the first thing they do is they ask you they ask you all these questions. They ask you, what color is this? What color is this? What color is my hair? And I'm like, you know what? I don't see color. I only see race. I'm not a racist at all, actually. I do have a Chinese friend. He likes to send me racist text messages, though. I was sitting on my couch the other day, and I was stoned out of my mind. I just took about 3 bong rips, was watching SpongeBob, eating some Bugles. And I got a text message. Usually it sends me text messages like, you know, what happens when a Jew with an erection runs into a wall, he breaks his nose. I got a text message. It was really, really offensive. It just said the word, this is pretty bad, it said the word kike. And I was really hurt by this, so I wanted to get him back. You know, I wanted to hit him with a C-bomb. So I took out my phone, and my phone is like the only phone with T9 words still. I was texting him, and I'm like, C-H-I-N, and I'm about to hit K, but I hit the letter below it. T9 word changes my word to the word bigot. And now I'm stoned out of my mind, so I think my phone's calling me a racist. I'm not really understanding it. I start looking around, I look at the microwave, I look at the fridge, I look at the air conditioner, they're all like glaring at me. It's like, Sam, you bastard. Yeah, I like to get stoned a lot, and when I get stoned, I eat a lot. Even when I'm full, I keep eating, and this is gonna sound really gay, but it's not. You know, it's just about having something in my mouth at all times. If there were a camera on me while I was in bed after I was smoking, if there were a camera on me while I was in bed, it would be like I would never want to see that video, because I'd be laying there with my belly hanging out while I'm in my boxers, watching YouTube videos on my laptop with Cheetos kind of like pressed up against my chest, and I'm kind of like shoveling them in while I'm laughing at the YouTube videos with like Cheeto dust all over my face. It's really classy. That wasn't a joke, that's true. Despite all that class, I actually do have a girlfriend. She's sitting right here. We've been dating for a year. We met on the street at 3 in the morning. When I told that to my grandmother, she said, "Oh my God, are you dating a hooker?" I started to tell her no. She said, "Wait, is she Jewish?" At which point I realized that my grandmother was okay with me dating a hooker as long as she's Jewish. She isn't a hooker, actually, and she is Jewish, so my grandmother's happy. But the main problem we have is she always tells me that I don't communicate with her, that I don't talk to her, that I don't tell her how I'm feeling. I guess, like, I'm just feeling kind of and I'm thinking about what every guy's thinking about, right? You know, I'm thinking about fantasy sports, like, all the time. The other day she sent me a text, and she's like, you know, I just don't know what's wrong with you. You're so distracted all the time. And I just sent her a text back saying I made a mistake, and then my phone died. And I didn't think about that. I didn't think why that would be bad, you know? And I knew I'd see her later. And I walk into her apartment, and she's sitting there crying. She's got, like, mascara all over her face. She's just like some kind of psycho clown. And I ask her, sorry. And I ask her, you know, what's wrong, you know? What's the problem? And she says, you made a mistake, what'd you do? And I said, oh, I should have put Johnny Damon in the utility slot. He's hitting like 350 this week, he's got 7 home runs. Big mistake. On the way here, I saw a midget. No. People are a little irked by midgets. I'm okay with midgets, but this midget really pissed me off. I know that sounds weird, but this midget was fat. And I don't really understand why you want to become a fat midget. First of all, for self-esteem purposes, if I say look over there at that midget, like that's normal. But if I say look over there, there's a fat midget, now everybody's looking, you know? I don't understand how you become a fat midget. You live in like a normal-sized person's world, right? The minute you walk up onto like a normal-sized person's curb, that's like burning 100 calories right there. I live in like a 5-story walk-up. If a midget were to walk up that, that's like climbing Mount Everest. The other problem I have with midgets, there's a long, long list, but I'll keep this short. I saw this midget at a Halloween party, and he was dressed as an Oompa Loompa. And I'm like, you know what? That midget gets it. That midget understands it. Because pretty much all a midget can be at a Halloween party is an Oompa Loompa or a leprechaun. Because if you see a midget dressed as an Oompa Loompa or a leprechaun, you're not going to think twice. You're going to be like, that's normal, right? But if I see a midget dressed as Zorro, then I'm freaking out. Because I'm saying, what's that little Zorro doing there, waving his sword, making lowercase z's? I was in a fraternity in college. I dropped out, but the worst part of the fraternity process is the pledge process. And the most demeaning process is your pledge names. I had a friend who was Cartman, because he was really fat. I had a friend who was Chugs, because he drank a lot of beer. Mine was a little different. My pledge name was Hot Jizz Face. Not really sure why it was Hot Jizz Face. I'm hoping it wasn't something that happened while I was sleeping. I don't know. The worst part about being named Hot Jizz Face was there was something like I had to respond in a certain way every time my brothers called me that. So I was talking to these 2 hot girls at a bar one day, and my brother, he came up to me and he goes, "What's your name?" And I'm like, fuck, this is going so well. So I'm like, "Hot Jizz Face." And he goes, "Why do they call you that?" And I'm like looking at these 2 girls and I know it's over. And I just go, "'Cause they like it in my face, 'cause they like it in my face." Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.